Hey and welcome back to part 3 of Kickstart into Cybersecurity. In this video, we want to take a look at another historic encryption scheme called the Vigenère Cipher. It is much more secure than the Cipher cipher and was unbreakable for more than 300 years. Since it is a really exciting example for encryption on the one hand and cryptanalysis on the other hand, we will split the topic into 2 videos. This time, we will focus only on how the encryption mechanism works. And in the next video, we will try to break it. So, let's go. If you have seen the last video on encryption basics, you already know the difference between mono-alphabetic and poly-alphabetic substitution. So last time, we took a look at the mono-alphabetic Cipher cipher and showed how easy we could break it with a simple frequency analysis. You can see the link to the video in the description. Today, we will see how the poly-alphabetic Vigenère encryption works a little different. As always, we need an example plain text to encrypt. So let's take subscribe to code boy. Our first step is then to delete all the spaces, because otherwise they would reveal some information about the structure of our text. Next, we need a key. If we think about the Cipher cipher, there were only 26 different key options. For the Vigenère cipher, we use a keyword. This gives us a much bigger key space, including millions of possible words to choose from. Before computers were invented, it was just not possible to guess the key. So in our simple example, we choose the word secret as our key. Now we have everything we need, our plain text and the key. There's only one step left before we can start. To make the encryption work, we take the keyword and repeat it until it matches the length of the plain text. If the last repetition is cut off, that's okay. Perfect. Everything is set up. Now we translate the characters into numbers, depending on their position in the alphabet. We start with A as 0, B is represented by 1, and so on until Z as 25. You already know it from the Cipher cipher. In the end, we have a sequence of numbers representing our plain text and another sequence for our repeated keyword. Take a moment to see if you can follow the logic of the translation, because the encryption itself is very easy. The whole magic is to just add all plaintext character, keyword character pairs, and we get our ciphertext. At the moment, it still consists only of numbers. But now we have to translate them back to their corresponding characters. There's only one problem. We have some numbers which are higher than 25 at the moment. To solve this problem, you have to imagine the alphabet starts over after the Z. A 26 would therefore be an A, a 27 would be a B, and so on. Or, to explain it in a more algebraic way, we take the resulting numbers and calculate each of them modulo 26. As a result, we now have only numbers between 0 and 25 and are able to translate them back into characters. This is now our ciphertext, and we can send it to the receiver. If the receiver wants to decrypt the ciphertext, it's as easy as encrypting it. He takes the same keyword, repeats it as often as needed, and then also translates all characters into numbers. The only difference is the receiver subtracts the key from the ciphertext. So the result he gets is the ciphertext in numbers. As you can see, there are again some exceptions where the number isn't between 0 and 25. So we have to apply modulo 26 again. In the case of negative numbers, it seems a bit more tricky at first, but the idea is still the same. We think of the alphabet as an ongoing sequence, so -1 represents a Z, -2 a Y, and so on. And that's it. That's the Vigenère cipher. We got back our initial plaintext, subscribe to code boy. So since it is an easy topic, we want to keep it short this time. If there are still some questions open, write them in the comments. Otherwise, we see each other in the next video where we will break the Vigenère cipher. That will be a very exciting episode and I'm really looking forward to it. See you there. Adios.